Today we're doing my most favorite thing. It's not my most favorite thing. Cleaning wetsuits. We're here for the wetsuits. If you're kind of new to the lives, what we do is go and surf for a long weekend and don't take care of our wetsuits at all the entire time. And then come home and have to deal with a really stinky mess. So this time it actually wasn't that long of a weekend. We did surf I only surfed twice, but my boyfriend surfed 4 times in a 2-day span, which just gets kind of gross, you know, like, and like we're car camping and, you know, sleeping like literally in the car with the wetsuits, sometimes with the boards. It's just, you know, it gets to be a lot. So this weekend we surfed in a small algae bloom and it was pretty rough. It was pretty gross. And then our suits sat for, God, that's like about 6 hours before I can get them in some type of like vinegar solution. So I'm just hoping that they're not like disgusting, but they've been soaking overnight just in some like vinegar and like lukewarm water. And it's not, the water is like literally clear. I don't know. So I'm gonna turn them inside out, which usually I would wash them and like step on them like they're grapes until like they're like done. But because of the algae bloom, I feel like I need to turn them the other way. But I don't know. I'm gonna put my hair up. Drain the water. Oh, hi, we're cleaning wetsuits. If you're new to the game, I just said all of this, but I'll say it again. We go for long weekends, sleep in the car, surf a bunch in a short span. But this weekend we swam and surfed in a algae bloom, and it was just gross. So wetsuits are soaking overnight. Yeah, let's see. So, like I said, usually, like, I would step on these, like, literally just, like, they're grapes for freaking ever. But because of the algae bloom, I feel like I need to pull them the other way, you know? So, we're gonna do it. It's gonna be gross. Cleaning wetsuits over here. Has anybody ever surfed in an algae bloom? I know that's so gross, but that's definitely, I mean, it's like okay to do. It's not like, you know, it's like, yeah, I mean, it's okay to do. It depends. Like if there's signs or they're telling you, what's up, Brazil? If they're telling you like don't surf there or like don't get in the water there, like that makes sense, but you surf couches, hell yeah. Then you definitely have enough time to actually surf. I did not find Nemo, but I did find, we swam with like a pod of harbor seals. That was super cool. We are cleaning gross wetsuits. We go on long weekends of surf adventures, and it gets really gross sleeping in the car with both wetsuits, our booties, you know, it just gets real gross, but yeah. Does anybody surf? Does anybody have any tips on how I should actually be cleaning these wetsuits, please? I wish you guys could smell this. It actually is like disgusting. Okay. There we go, one arm. Alright, we're cleaning wetsuits. Alright, so that's the first one. This one's kind of gross. Alright. So like I said, we surfed in an algae bloom, and it was pretty rough. I mean, it was safe to do, but it was rough, man. So I feel like our suits are just like really, really gross. And oh, man. Okay. So yeah, it was a safe algae bloom to surf in, but you know, surfing or like having the wetsuits, especially the full hood and the booties on, you know, you gotta like actually deep clean that stuff. Otherwise, you know, you're gonna like grow shit on your suit. And it smells, oh my god, it smells so bad. Like, and then you have to put it on, and then once you get it wet and then have to put it on wet again, it's just like, the smell is too much, you know? It's too much. Alright. Okay. So, yeah, we surfed Saturday morning, and then our friends got there Saturday afternoon, and then we surfed Saturday evening, and then Sunday I only surfed in the afternoon, but my boyfriend surfed morning and afternoon. So yeah, it's just been a long algae-filled weekend. It's been fun. It's been great. It was like, our friends don't surf, so it was so cool that they came out and they all got in the water. Everyone got in the water. It was so cool to see, like, you know, people doing the sport that we love and like actually having a good time. It was definitely pretty cool. All right, stinky booty. We got lots of sand. I really don't like to put the sand in the drain. Sorry, couldn't think of words. I don't really like to put it in the drain because it's not good, you know? It's not good for anybody doing anything. So give me one momento. You can stare at my booty. I get it. You can stare at my booty while I grab a paper towel. Stare at my booty. Okay, so I just do like because there's so much more sand than just this. So I do like a quick grab of what is here. Decent amount. Alright. Okay, this might be a little loud. Okay. Oh, shit. Why? Meow Meow, that's my name. My name is Meow Meow. I am Cat. Yeah, I don't want to put sand on the drain, you bitch. Like, whatever. I have probably so much hair down there, and I don't want to pull out the fucking drain. So unless you want to come over to my house and clean that drain, I'm not putting sand down the fucking thing. I'm cleaning wetsuits, by the way, so there's so much more sand to be out of these wetsuits. Mind your own business, meow meow. Alright. Okay. So, we are, you know, it would be so much easier to do this outside, but I live in a condo and can't just go outside. So if my life was that nice, I would not be, you know, doing this in my bathtub. But it's kind of nice because then I'm in an intimate space. I get to talk to you guys. It's fun. So yeah. Cool peeps, can I come over to your house and clean my wetsuit? Alright. Drain. Okay. Alright. So, we're playing in wetsuits. Long weekend. I've been surfing in the algae filled waters all weekend. It's been sick, but it's also been, you know, kind of gross. So we're now doing a little vinegar wash. And here comes the fun part. This is ridiculous. This is actually hilarious. The suits stink because we surf in the ocean. So, they just get gross, you know? And we'll go for like a long weekend. So we'll surf like 4 times in 2 days. So then like we'll wear our suit for like 3 hours. We'll take it off. Then we'll put it back on like wet, kind of like it's been like kind of sitting. We hang them up, you know, like, but you can only do so much. And then when it's like raining outside and you're surfing, you know, like you can't keep everything dry. So you'll be surfing for 4 days and things are just wet, you know, things are really, really, really wet. And then, but this weekend was pretty nice. It was nice and dry, but we were surfing in a small algae bloom, which is fine. Like, you know, you can surf in that, but you got to clean your suits because otherwise they like actually are gonna like start growing stuff on them, and they're gonna be, you know, super freaking smelly. So yeah, that is kind of the gist. But yeah, so this is the fun part. I like to step on them like the grapes. And I'll do this until I am actually sweaty. So, what are we doing? And there's, I don't know, I guess there's no like, I would be doing this outside, but I live in a condo, you know? So it's not like, it's an option here. Gotta make do with what you got in life. And I choose this life, so we live smart. They are full hooded, this looks so weird. They're full hooded wetsuits. And they're thick. We surf on the Pacific Northwest, so they're 5'4" all around. they're thick. So like my hood is a 4. So yeah, I get cold, you know. I'm not trying to be, and I like to surf for a long time. Like if I can surf for 3 hours and like actually be warm in like 50 below degree water, like heck yeah, I'm gonna freaking I'm gonna do that. So alright. So this is a Buell. I have a Buell. Oh wait, mine is a 543. Sorry, that was my boyfriend's. I'm showing you. This is a 543 Buell wetsuit. They're honestly fantastic. This was like $350, $350, and it dries in like so. I hang it up, right? I get done surfing and I immediately hang it up, and I let it drip for about like 20 minutes, and then I go over and I squeeze my arms out, so like it's hanging for a while, and then usually it's inside out, so like this dark red will turn like a lighter red, but then because it's hanging, all the water will come to the tip of it. So after like, you know, 15-20 minutes, I'll go over and I'll squeeze this out and I'll squeeze my feet out, and I'll do that. I'll just like, you know, be hanging out for a little bit, and then like, you know, when I remember, just go freaking squeeze my wetsuit out, and my wetsuit dries like halfway by the time I'm ready for my next session that day. So it's pretty cool. Like I love my wetsuit. It was definitely worth the $350. Yeah, Buell wetsuits. All right. So I was gonna say here, I wanted to show you guys the water. It's not too good. You really can't tell. It's gross. Like you can honestly see some of the algae bloom that we brought home. But yeah, that's where we're at. Let's see. Okay. No, I've never been bitten by an eel while surfing. That'd be so scary. I don't think I'd ever surf again. Oh, that's so scary. But we do see a lot of harbor seals, and the harbor seals are so cool because they're really interested in like you. So like you'll be, you know, looking out, and then you'll like see just their little heads and their like long little snouts just like bobbing in the water. And then if you like start barking at them, like, or you know, like actually barking at them, they'll like take their whole body out of the water and like look at you. It's so cool. They're very, very curious creatures. And they'll like come right up to you and like grab your leg, and like they'll sometimes try to nudge you off your board, but they're really, really cool. Really, really cool. Okay. Water down the drain. You would need stitches. Yeah, if I got bit by an eel, that'd be crazy. I do have an underwater camera. It's we left our GoPro in our buddy's car, and he was supposed to come this weekend and he didn't come. So we didn't get any good footage. Whatever. We're gonna go on a surf trip for my birthday. Not this weekend, but the following weekend. So hopefully I'll get some footage and I'll post that. But so there was just recently a surf comp, and I was just like, you know, I don't feel confident enough to enter this competition. I am like, you know, I was just psyching myself out. I was just being dumb, and I should have entered. And now that it happened, I really, really regret it. So I have this mission. I'm going to surf 50 days. I'm going to surf 50 days before the next competition, which should be like in a whole year from now. I'm 6 days deep, and it's only been 3 weeks since the comp, and I live 2.5 hours from the ocean. So I am dedicated to making this happen, and yeah. So sorry, that was a really long tangent about my underwater camera. Yes, I have an underwater camera. Okay, back to this. We are planning out now we're gonna do this again. So let's see. Let's see. Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm excited for my birthday. I just got my first ever surfboard. I'll show you guys in a second. I got it for my birthday. I'm super stoked. Some of the places that we like to go, we can't rent, you know. So sometimes I'm like kind of shit out of luck because I'm still a beginner. So like I don't like to ride the short boards, like the 411. I can't ride a 411. Like I'm gonna get pummeled by every single wave, and it's just not gonna be fun. So I got my first surfboard for my birthday. I'm really, really excited about it. And yeah. Okay, water back on. Stepping on my grapes again. Okay, so yeah, this weekend we surfed a bunch in a really short period of time, and we swam in an algae bloom. I'm trying to like, you know, come to terms with that. So it was safe to swim in, but it was kind of gross. So now I'm just like, you know, a little worried about our wetsuits. I don't want them to, they already kind of smell, you know, just from like swimming in the ocean and it being like, you know, that'd be crazy. No, they kind of smell just from like swimming in the ocean and like, and being in the car for 4 days and you know, doing our thing. So I wanted to give them a good clean anyways, but after that algae bloom, yeah, I'm just a little worried about them, you know, so. So usually I would just leave them inside out because like when you take the wetsuit off, it comes off inside out. And usually you'll clean that way and then dry that way. And then, so yeah, usually you clean that way and then like you dry that way and then you'll turn it inside out after whatever. But because we swam in the algae bloom and surfed in the algae bloom, it's I want to be able to like clean them off and actually get all the bloom off of them so they don't grow anything. So. Okay. I'm gonna do something a little crazy. God, that's so gross. It does smell really bad. But whatever. Okay. Wetsuit number 2. Sorry, I'm just moving them to the sink because I want to like fully clean the sand out of here. One sec. They got bleeds. What's wrong with this booty? Ah, cool. Alright. Yeah, algae bloom. We're putting in these wetsuits. I have more sand on these. Alright. Cool. Okay, so we did a 2-day surf trip, surfing 4 times in that span, and it was fine. We slept in the car though with our wetsuits, and it was you know, a little wet the first day, so they couldn't fully dry. And we swam in a algae bloom the next day. So then we had 6 hours of like a drive home. We had dinner with we had to stop at our parents, and it was a whole thing. So they've been sitting for a long time. I did a soak overnight. Because we swam in the algae bloom, I wanted to like turn them inside out, or right side in, right side out, and like step on them and like actually trying to swash some water and some vinegar through them, and like actually get them fully cleaned. So I just did that a few times. I cleaned the bathtub, and now I am going to make another solution. So here is where like the actual cleaning comes into play. So bear with me a little bit. So because we are surfing in the Pacific Northwest, our wetsuits are pretty thick. They're not like the thickest, you know, but they're thick, you know. They're 5'4" threes and just the 5'4" round. So they you know they retain a bunch of water, and they're heavy. So and there's two of them. So I really want to make sure that they're getting like fully penetrated with the solution and like actually getting clean. So I am going to fill this up with some lukewarm water. I'm sorry if it's really loud. I actually don't know. Beautiful. Okay, hold on. No. My drain is draining. What the heck? This is stupid. Okay, that's so dumb. Okay, my drain was draining. Yeah. Okay. Here she goes. Here she goes. Alright, so I've been saying we been surfing all weekend. It's been a long weekend. We surfed in some algae-filled waters, which was totally fine. We were fine to do that, but it just makes our wetsuits, you know, a little more stinky and a little more vulnerable to growth and just overall damage. So, I just made a vinegar solution with some baking soda and then just like a teeny bit of Dawn dishwashing soap, like a teeny bit. We're not really trying to get our suits soapy. We're just mostly just trying to like kill bacteria and like get like the oil of the ocean off. So here we are. Because we swam in the algae bloom, I turned them right side out. Right side in? I don't know. That's like confusing me for some reason right now. So yeah, that's why they're not inside out. And yeah, I'll probably turn them back and let them dry like that before I put them back like this. So cool. We surf in the Pacific Northwest, so our wetsuits are very thick. They're not the thickest, but they're thick. It's just hard to get them like fully penetrated clean and make sure that they're like staying that way, especially because we've just been trying to surf a lot, so we have been like on the constant go, constant surfing, and not able to like fully clean our wetsuits. So they're just, you know, a little gross, a little stinky. But when we do surf on these long weekends, we sleep in the car and we like, you know, we're like wearing our wetsuits multiple times a day for multiple days. And it sucks because when you're sleeping in the car with your wetsuit, it smells. So like, yeah, I want to be in the ocean when I'm in the ocean. I don't want to be in the ocean when I'm trying to sleep, and you know, so that's why it's good to take care of your gear, and then it lasts longer and you don't have to keep buying shit. And that's the best part about surfing, like compared to like snowboarding. Like there's so much, not only is there so much gear that goes into snowboarding, but then you gotta buy a pass every year, and if you're not buying a pass, you're just doing a lot of work for like a singular run, or and then if you're not, then you gotta get a snowmobile, and it's just like, it's just a lot. So that's the best part about surfing, is like, depending on where you live, you get your wetsuit, you get your board, and you take care of your gear. You go to the beach and it's free. It's free to surf, you know. It's cool. It's a little bit of a learning curve to get into, but I mean, it's there, and people are willing to teach, and people want to teach. So if you're even semi interested in surfing, definitely look where your closest wave is. And fun fact, you do not need to live near the ocean to surf. Ben Gravy actually figured out a way to surf in all 50 states, meaning like he either found like a river wave, like a natural river wave, or, you know, some type of swell or something coming in, which is so cool. Like I highly recommend that video if you're looking to be any way inspired to surf. But yeah, I just if there's a will, there's a way, you know? So that's my rant about surfing. Oh, Nani, I didn't even see your, that's funny, I didn't even see your question. So I hope that answered a little bit of your question. But yeah, I mean, surfing is hard, but there are definitely people who are like willing to teach and want to teach, and there's honestly so many good videos. Like 3 years ago, the videos were like bad. Like, people were like really, you know, the surfing has like a huge gatekeeping on it, and I get it. Like, the waters get busy, and it's really bummy when like your favorite spot gets like your favorite local spot gets overrun by like, you know, a bunch of people who don't know what they're doing, and um you know, but then it also discourages people who don't know what they're doing to get in the water. So I mean, I think it's a I think that I mean, definitely approach cautiously, but because some surfers will slash your tires, but approach cautiously, but like I don't know, reach out. There's a community of people who want to teach and are willing to show the way and show some light on the sport that is so heavily gate kept. And like I said, surfing's free, dog. Like, all you gotta do, and like, even if like you have to like I rented a couple, like I rented I don't know, like 10 times before I bought my board. And the only reason I got my board was, one, it was a birthday gift, and two, we are planning on going and surfing some places that we can't rent any gear at. And I already had my wetsuit just because I like to play in the ocean in my wetsuit. And it's cool because I can like, it could be like cold as hell out and I'm like swimming in the ocean, like having the time of my life. So I already had my wetsuit. So my boyfriend bought me my board for my birthday. I'm really, really stoked. I just got it. It was an early birthday gift. So we're gonna go to some places that we can't rent at. So yeah, so I rented like at least 10 times before I bought anything. And I'll use this board for the next like 3 years. I mean, it's just the foam top board, but I mean, it's a great board, and as long as I take care of my gear, there's no reason why I shouldn't have it. So, all right, that's my rant. Maybe I should actually clean the suit. Well, okay, so you buy your board and your suit, and then every time you go to the ocean, it's free. Like, you don't, I mean, unless you live in New Jersey, but like snowboarding, you buy your gear, and then every year you have to buy a ski pass. And if you're not buying a ski pass, you're doing a ton of work for one run. And if you're not doing a ton of work, you have to buy a snowmobile and then upkeep your snowmobile. I mean, like, there's really no win-win. Or live on a mountain and drive your car. Ooh, okay, if you live on a hill, you can drive one car down and then just keep your driveway plowed. But still, that's not free snowboarding. You know, it's just like going to the beach and being able to surf a wave is free compared to most other sports. Okay, most other sports that I enjoy doing. I guess skating's free. Like, I guess, and skating's cheaper than a snowboard, or than a surfboard. Either way, I mean, it's freer than most sports. Okay, so if you missed it, we were swimming in a algae bloom. We were surfing in an algae bloom, and it's okay to do. We were safe. It wasn't like a big deal, but that's why I had my suit turned the other way. Otherwise, I would have it inside out right now. So I turned it the other way so I could clean the outside because the algae bloom was pretty heavy, and I just wanted to make sure that that side was fully clean too. So now I'm gonna return it the other way. Has anybody ever put on an already wet wetsuit? That is that's an experience the first couple times you do it. You get used to it, but it's definitely a little claustrophobic. I have a Buell. I can't see it. I have a Buell wetsuit. I love my wetsuit. It was on the cheaper end of wetsuits, but it's honestly a great suit. We're surfing in like 50 degree. So I mean, we're surfing anywhere from like 62 to 45 degree water, you know, depending on what time of year we're surfing. So I have, and I like to just play in the waves, even if I'm not surfing. Like, I like to go hang out in the ocean and be able to do it for a long time. So I have a pretty thick wetsuit. It's not the thickest, but it's hard to clean when, you know, when it comes down to it. So. Okay. Alright, so this water's pretty gross. I'll give you a... Oh my... Oh, you can't see it. It's pretty gross. It does not look as gross as it actually is in person. It has a nice light brown color to it. Fun fact, the algae was a nice light brown color. So, we're gonna let that drain. I have 2 wetsuits to clean, so I still have a long ways to go. Alright, okay. Over it. Okay, so now I have her turned back, inside out, in this way. And this way, I am able to really clean both sides of this algae bloom that is on my wetsuit, and just make sure that she's not stinky. Let's see. Does anybody surf or snowboard or want to surf or snowboard, or we do some other hobbies, but that's what I'm mostly talking about right now, is some surfing and some snowboarding, and how to clean my wetsuits. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Sorry, this is a lot. Alright, so I'm going to make this little mixture again of some baking soda. I'll put it on the plate actually. Vinegar. Right on the suit. It's a little invasive, but I think it's worth it. We are washing my wetsuit. We're surfing in an algae bloom this weekend, so yeah, just gotta make sure that nothing is growing on this bad boy. I'm gonna call this one pretty clean for now. I have 2 that I have to do. Oh my god, my back kind of hurts, man. Alright, so I'm gonna put this in the washing machine to hang out for a second. Oh my god. There was a bunch of water in the arm. I just got it all on the floor and on my leg. Oh, that sucks. Okay, so here's the other wetsuit. Like I've been saying, we surfed in that algae bloom, so things are gross. I just want to make sure that they are fully cleaned off before we go on our next adventure, you know? I don't want to have stinky wetsuits, and I don't want to sleep in the car with stinky wetsuits, and putting on a wet, stinky wetsuit is just not the vibe, you know? So, we're good. Pretty long, tedious process of, like, you know, filling the bathtub up, making a little solution, stomp, 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 press, 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 draining the bathtub, making the same solution, you know, especially, like I said, like, I really don't want them to grow anything or just be stinky, and they're an investment, you know. We want to surf. We're trying to surf, I'm trying to surf 50 times this year, so I can take first in a competition that just happened this last weekend, and I just, like, wasn't confident in my ability to surf, and I totally should have been, and so now I have, like, high hopes of surfing a ton this year, and being able to at least place high in that comp, if not take first. So yeah, so I'm trying to take care of our wetsuits so I don't have to, you know, buy another wetsuit before then, because they're expensive, and they are easy to take care of if you just, you know, care. So there we are. What does that mean, this live stream was an epic poll? I'm confused. Tell me more. You be flipping and doing tricks on my snowboard. Yeah, I can do some flips. I can do some tricks. On my surfboard, no. I can do one trick, and that is paddling into a wave and standing up. But yeah, no. Snowboarding is my sport. That is where I thrive. But surfing is my boyfriend's sport, and that's where he thrives. And we've been together for about 6 years, and I have really like been like, no, like I grew up on the ocean, so like I've been, you know, I have a relationship with the ocean, but I never wanted to surf. And after 6 years, this last year, this last year, he's really gotten me into wanting to surf. So, yeah, so hopefully in like next little bit, I can actually do a trick and a flip on my surfboard. Alright. Cool. So, oh, thank you. Honestly, I have never actually, like I've watched like some live streams before, but I really love to talk about my sports, and I think that there's like people who are scared to like try new things that are like as crazy as snowboarding and surfing, just because there is like such a large curve to getting into that sport. And like I can only teach and show so much, but I feel like just like showing some basic things about like the behind the scenes of like the things that we all really love to do, shed some light on how to even approach the sport or be a part of the sport, or just somebody out there that you can ask questions to and maybe be guided in some sort of direction. But thank you, I really appreciate that. Alright. So we're gonna make this solution again of some like lukewarm water, some vinegar. This time, because the suit is right side in, we're going to we're cleaning an algae bloom off of it. It was safe to swim in, but I just don't want anything to grow on our suits over some time. So we're gonna do the plugging of the bathtub again. The water. So I'm washing my wetsuit here. We've been surfing in an algae bloom for the weekend, which is safe to do, but it's a little gross. So we just got to take care of the wetsuits and make sure that we clean them. They're pretty thick, so that's why I'm like doing this whole process of like turning them inside out and like squishing them and like doing this whole thing, because otherwise they're gonna get a bloom on them, you know, and they're gonna keep the bloom on them and they're gonna grow, you know. So yeah. Okay, so now I'm gonna turn them inside out. Oh my god. Okay. It's ridiculous. Wait, what's the Condo Harris challenge? I don't want to know. Please don't tell me. Is it bad? Okay. Now we pull legs on out. This is like a bit. Alright, let's see. She's going. Okay. Oh, that's hilarious. That's a Condo Harris challenge. Yeah, no, I don't like to wash my veggies in the bathtub. Just my wetsuit. Alright. We're making some process or some progress. Yeah, I don't know. I think that this is working. So I cleaned them like, I don't know, when like maybe 2 weeks ago, because they were a little bit stinky, and I did somewhat of a similar solution, just no Dawn dishwashing soap, but because of the algae bloom, I just like don't know what else to do. So yeah, here we are. Dan, that's a great question. So, you shouldn't pee in your wetsuit. No. But if the surf is so good and you know that once you take that wetsuit off, you're not going to put it back on, I think it's worth it. I do think it's worth it. Now, with that being said, your wetsuit can get really gross really quick. So I mean, like, don't just be like pissing in your wetsuit. I do know some people who will take off their wetsuit in the ocean, pee, and then put their wetsuit back on, which, like, I feel like you should just pee in your wetsuit at that point, you know, but no, you shouldn't pee in your wetsuit. Yeah, I hope that answers your question. You know, I feel like if it's your pool, you can pee in your pool. But like if you're just like going to the public pool and pissing in the pool, yeah, that's not cool, man. That's not cool. That's a public pool. But like, um, you know, in the ocean, I feel like you can pee in the ocean. Uh, uh, you know, definitely don't pee in the public pool. All right. Oh, my legs. So, you really can't tell how gross the water. Oh, I guess you can kind of from this angle, yeah. Actually, that's a great angle. This water is gross. It's gross. Let's see. Is the wetsuit permittable? Yeah. I mean, like, yeah, you're gonna get wet. It's the point of the wetsuit is like to keep the water that is. It's the point of the wetsuit is the material of the wetsuit gets wet, you know, and then then you like stay warm. You know what I mean? Like you're not like the wetsuit shouldn't fill with water. It's the material that is wet, and that's what's keeping the warmth in there. Bye. It was nice having you in this chat. You're great. I hope you come back. Please subscribe, and I'll definitely shout you out some more. But yeah, so yeah. We're gonna wait for this water to go down. I'm gonna grab a drink. Sorry, BRB. Okay, sick. We got some water. Sorry, that was needed. Sorry, I'm getting the sand to the other side of the bathtub. Okay, cool. So we're gonna push some sand down. If you are just joining, we are cleaning my stupid wetsuits. They're stinky. We surfed in an algae bloom. It's been a long weekend. Yeah. So right now I'm getting the sand out of the bathtub. This one's still pretty sandy, so I'm gonna do a little. Cool. Alright, if you just got here, we are cleaning my wetsuits. We surfed in an algae bloom this weekend, which is totally okay to do, but you just gotta take care of your gear, you know, so we can keep wearing our gear. So, back to journey in the tub again. What the heck? What is wrong? How do I get this to go? This is like a problem literally every time. And then it just randomly works. Okay. So we're doing lukewarm water. I've been doing this for a long time now, like over an hour. It's crazy. I've had 2 wetsuits to do. This one's actually going really good. Mine is really gross. Alright. Okay, as you can see, remember how dirty that water was just a second ago? That's like, I mean, it's still actually kind of dirty from this view, but let's see. We're gonna bring my wetsuit back into the game. Ridiculous. Alright, if I can get to 50 likes on this live stream, I'll end it. I'll end the live stream. It got really dark really quick. Oh yeah, I'll show my board. Yeah, you've been, sorry, Clayton, you've been waiting a long time. Okay. Alright. Watch my wetsuits. Make sure they don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. Okay, you ready? Let's do this. Sorry, my house is a bit messy. We literally just got back last night, super, super late. So, I'll show you my board because I'm so proud of it. It's an 8-foot because I'm a beginner, but it's a 8-foot wave bandit. I just have a foamy. It's Ben Gravy wave bandit. I love Ben Gravy. He is low-key, honestly an inspiration, a man who has found a way to surf every wave in the United States. That's that's amazing. Like, he's gone to river waves and like figured out ways to make waves in small places, and yeah. But let me see, maybe I can prop you up. Okay, sorry, my house is, we literally just got back. Skateboard. So other than my foamy that I love so much, I'll give these ones out because they I'm gonna break all these boards. Might as well open. Okay. We got the Stormart, Santa Cruz. This is I think what? Well, it was a 6-foot. The tip was chopped, so now it's only a. What would you call this? I would probably call it 6 foot even with that. Cause I'm like 5'8", so. Hopefully that don't fall. All right, so then we also have. Sorry, maybe we can get these boards out. Okay. Then we have the custom 411 BR board. This one's sick. One day I will ride this. It has a beautiful camber to it. You really can't tell from this angle, but if I could, yeah, either way. Beautiful camber to it, beautiful rocker around this edge. It's an incredibly hard board to ride. The closest I've ever gotten to actually riding it is on my knees and like a waist high wave, nothing crazy. But, you know, my boyfriend be dropping overhead high waves on this bad girl, and he can do it, so why can't I, you know? So we're gonna get there. We're starting with the wave bandit, but we will get there eventually. Yep. Okay, so now you guys have to watch me put the boards back, so that was fun for you. Have some fun. Nobody saw it. Okay. That's fine. She's fine. Alright. Cool. Alright. Actually, you guys want to see something really cool? That's pretty cool. Got the weld lens on it. Got the flashlight. Bad baby. Bad baby. Alright. Cool, cool, cool. This has been fun. Thanks for joining. Let's do it again. I don't know what else to say.